Hello guys and welcome to another exciting day of STPL. We're here for the start of week number 4.
That's right. Also, we're stealing Zero's brilliant idea to do green screens. So, haha!
I did
Here
this
we
on
are.
Friday, so...
Oh, alright, never mind.
Yeah.
Damn it. Alright, well, I was not here for Friday, so for all intents and purposes, it doesn't exist. Also, we're starting out with 15 viewers, so they'll never know.
Yeah, 22
But
now.
hey, Kicks. That's right, we have a week of STPL. Where are we at in the season of STPL?
We're in week 4 now, so we've done 3 weeks. This is the 4th week out of 13 or 14 if I remember correctly, because it is around Robin. So pretty cool to know we're actually nearly a quarter of the way through compared to last time where 14 weeks was barely, no, 4 weeks even, was barely even like a 20th of the season, which was kind of crazy.
Well, I gotta figure out where my boundaries are here on this screen. I think I'm just barely. I gotta bring it back a little bit. There's a delay too. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So I'm kind of like this, I think. Yeah. All right. Whatever. All right. So now I know how to gesture without like, ruining the illusion here.
Yeah. My problem is like my boundaries are like here, so I've got very little room, but it's fine. We'll figure it out.
How am I stuck in this box? Kicks,
So,
let me out. Oh no.
Okay, well, on that note, just to speak about where we are in the season, let's have a look at the team results after 3 weeks. Obviously, this is when we get into week number 4, so we're starting to see sort of the front runners pull away a little bit from the pack, but still relatively close there in the middle of the table.
Yeah, I mean, lots of teams at 2-1. Surprise! It's a bell curve. Almost a completely accurate bell curve of stats here, Kicks. How do you do it? What a god.
It's pretty good. Now, unfortunately, Ash are the only team that have actually lost all 3 of their games so far, so they're going to be looking to try and get a win this week. I understand that we could be in for a pretty cool series from them, and Ash have actually added 3 really old school players to the roster. They've added Quark, Squall, and I can never remember the other guy, but he was on a Sabbath. It was LRM Sabbath, so 3 really old school names added to the roster this week. Should be pretty cool.
Yeah, Squall was my favorite Final Fantasy character. So, Squall Leonhardt. What a whiny bitch. But anyway, he was pretty cool too. But hey, in another surprising, shocking result, Noob and Scanner still number 1 and 2 on the rankings.
Yep, FamSE after his win over DeWalt though does take 3rd position. Koga falls a little bit there to 4th obviously, and DeWalt actually falls below Spire. He was just ahead of him before, but other than that, still pretty much the same top 10 players. Not too much has changed. And having a look at our matchup today, our first one is going to be Red versus NiCe. Now, both of these teams are actually 1 win, 2 loss in the season so far. So this is going to be a very important match for both of them.
Okay, I'm always excited to play or to watch NiCe again. I got a chance to talk to NiCe's, I guess, organizers and stuff while I was at Corrupted Cup. And they were just like, yes, we actually put work into our logo. And on the other side, we have a team that put almost no work into their logo. So congratulations.
Well, you never know what's going to happen with the logos. Let's have a look at our rosters today, though. Red may have a bit of a weird logo, but they do have an amazing roster. Unfortunately, a few of their major players couldn't make it this week, so we do have Eriador starting off. He's probably one of my favorite foreign players to watch, so always good. He's going to be up here against Good on Desperado. We've got Warrior, their captain, fighting off against ABC on Neo Outlier. We've then got Horotas taking on one of NiCe's new players and the first Australian player we've got in the STPL in Astro. That's going to be a PvT. And we're going to have another PvZ with LML versus Essen on BlitzX.
LML. How do I know? Oh yeah. I was watching some stream the other day, and maybe it was Artosis' stream. I don't know. But LML was just like, yeah, I'm playing an STPL this week. How do I know LML? Maybe it was Corrupted Cup stream. I don't know.
He's played on here before, but it's very possible that his name's popped up. He's been around a long time, apparently.
Did I meet him before? I have no concept, but I know I saw him in chat somewhere. He was talking about how he's playing STPL this week. Anyway, he's here. NiCe. Or Essen. That's his opponent.
Yeah, also, I like the name Good, but I'm not sure if it needs all the extra D's, so I wonder if I can ask Master if I can cut that down. But yeah, let's have a look at our first couple of players. Starting us off here is going to be the Elder Kai of Brood War. It is Red Eriador, also known as Liquid Drone, and he has done a relatively good job all the way through I think we're on the 20th month overall of like STPL content. And he's got a 50% win rate, which with the amount of games he's got is pretty good.
That picture of Eriador, by the way, is like 15 years old. So
yeah, he sent me that one. So
the ravages of time have taken away his beautiful Adonis body, but he's still pretty good at StarCraft. So I'm excited to see what he has to show us. He's subbed in a few times and had some like weird games, and he's also played probably the strongest players, or at least just like recently, guys like Kogut, DeWalt, Janzerg. But I'm still excited to watch him play because, in spite of all those strong players, he is still very good. 50% win rate.
Yep, and if we have a look at his opponent, it's going to be Good. Now, Good is a Korean Protoss fighting here for NiCe. It's going to be his first game here overall in the STPL, so not really too much to talk about here, but we are going to be heading into one of my favorite maps this season. We've seen a ton of games on it already. It's going to be Desperado.
Oh boy, I can't wait. Desperado.
Well, Desperado,
what a map.
Certainly led to some really weird games. This is strangely actually going to be the first ZVP we've had on this map overall, so going to be kind of excited to see how this plays out. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, double gas always makes things weird. Nobody's done anything really weird with it, but I think actually the island base might add some extra weirdness, because you can actually take that pretty early, especially if you go for like a one base Reaver drop into Island Expo. I think that's actually super viable, but we haven't seen a lot of that lately. So, I don't know. Let's find out what's going to happen by getting into the game.
Yep. Starting off here, it's Eriador versus Good here on Desperado. Okay, starting us off here in the top right-hand position, we do have the Teal Zerg fighting for red. It's Eriador.
And his opponent is Good, who is, what color are we calling Good? Is that like the peach opaque color?
That's like cream, I guess.
Well, you know, they didn't pick top versus bottom when they made the map.
Nope.
So unfortunately we can't shift tab. But talking to my good friend Grant Davies, and he says that they're putting code in StarCraft to prevent similar colors from being automatically chosen, which is the best thing in the world for me.
Yeah, it's kind of funny as well, because when I was talking and like I was having like a discussion with Eriador about the colors, saying that if like the players actually pick colors that were apart from each other, it wouldn't be a problem. And his whole thing was, well, why don't we host on top versus bottom, and then the players don't have to care. And he didn't host his game on top versus bottom. I'm calling it out. That's it.
Nice.
I mean,
anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of Eriador, Eriador has one of the best ZVP win streak records in the STPL. He's really, really good at Zerg versus Protoss, and he plays such a strange style. I think his average game length this season, like I don't know the exact number for this, but I swear it must be something like 35 minutes. He has played some incredibly long games.
Let's see how he does against Zealots with a 12 pool, because, well, actually, this is not a 12 pool, it's a in-base 12 hatch. What?
Well, doing that on this map isn't necessarily the biggest problem. You don't need your natural right away. You've got essentially 2 gases, so you don't need another base. And it gives you the ability to build Sunkens at your front, so this could actually help him a little bit. It's going to be a while before he sees that the Zealots are coming towards him, though. And that could be dangerous.
Well, this is like 10-10 gates. Like, it's not like 9-9 gates or horror gates or anything like that, but I mean 10-10 gates is still pretty aggressive, and they're forward 10-10 gates too. So Let's just say, yeah, it's coming. So actually, you're right. Building a sunken or two at the opening, that's actually fantastic because I feel like when you play against Zerg players, you just automatically expect to never have to worry about them building anything except around mineral patches. But
Yep.
you can't actually build hatcheries just wherever you want. And now here comes the third hatch down. Probe not able to prevent that.
Yeah, this is a strange choice by Eri though, going for that third hatchery so quickly. Obviously it's going to allow him to get a ton of drones super quickly, but the problem he's going to have is he's only just now seeing this this Zealot for the first time. His hatchery has only just now finished up, and his third hatchery could be in a bit of trouble here if these two gates start really kicking in.
Yes, they've already really kicked in. There's also a proxy pylon as well. Now he does have a few Zerglings. They're going to prioritize taking out the probe, I believe. Actually, if they can take out this Zealot, he's going to have more Lings coming down. Wow! He actually picks off the first Zealot relatively easily. Now he did lose a couple of drones, or a couple of Zerglings, so that's obviously not ideal. But he's got a third hatchery.
Yeah, he gets
so that's
the probe.
actually very, very good.
Obviously getting that probe is a massive deal. He still doesn't have a sunken though, so he does have to be careful. You can see that creep colony coming in just now. Now, I really do wonder what the purpose of this proxy pylon was. I feel like he was going to try and shove a shield battery down or something, but unfortunately it's not going to work. And here we go, Eri with a good surround.
Yeah, really good surround. Some Zealot micro, but like, you know, if you turn the nameplates off, I can tell you this is not Bonneth.
Yeah, but I mean, Bonneth has like the best Zealot micro outside of Korea, so that's a tough thing to go for, but the Zealots do manage to survive. He's only lost the one Zealot so far, which is obviously very important. Necessarily, he doesn't need to expand either, so it's not like he's super all in. Is good over here. Now, Eri still hasn't gone for a lair or anything like that either, so both players, I mean, they're playing super low econ right now.
Yeah, but the big limiter for Zerg is their larva count, and he's got 3 hatcheries. He can go for like not a speedling all in, but it feels that way because he's just building a million Zerglings, and none of these Zealots are going to do anything. And there's still Zealots rallied out of these gateways. Actually, it looks like we've stopped building them, but that's a lot of Zealots. Like, Protoss cannot get a natural expansion while they're spamming Zealots like this, and Eri knows it. So he doesn't have a problem spamming Lings out of all of this, because he knows his opponent just doesn't have anything except for mediocre Zealot micro.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Ling's doing a really, really good job. We're heading into like 6-minute curse territory here, because if Good can't pull back quick enough, if he loses more and more of these Lings, speed is about to kick in, another Zealot goes down, and the second speed is done, all of a sudden these Zerglings can just run straight past and go into your main.
Yeah, this is not a wall. Sorry, guys. You can, in fact, run by the gateways. And let's see what the timer on speed is done. So, it's time.
Yeah, let's see if you can actually break through those Zealots on a ramp. Going to be doing a ton of work, and Zealots even in this position here going to be super important. The Forge has finished up, so there's going to be a cannon added on the back here, and there is a Stargate coming in, so we are going to finally see some Corsairs too. Yeah. So we'll have to see if Eriador actually wants to go for a bust here. He's added on so many Lings off of just those 3 hatcheries. I
think he's probably just going to force out a few more cannons. Obviously, that many Zealots is going to hold against basically infinity speedlings, but he also might try to run by into the main, and that's a little bit more doable than you might think.
Yeah, the thing is though, +1 attack is very, very far away here for Good, so he's not going to be able to hit a timing after this. So Eri is definitely in a really, really good spot. I mean, there's not really too much Good can do to him. There's not going to be a +1 Zealot timing. I mean, this is a ton of Zealots coming out, but Eriador's got so many Lings, he can probably just surround them. And that's what he's going to go for.
Yeah, he's trying to block the Zealots from getting back, not actually able to surround them. So I feel like there's a little bit of a missed opportunity. And now that there's a cannon up, obviously the Zealots will be able to hold basically forever. That's still a lot of Lings, though. So both players have sacrificed a decent amount of their economy. The only problem is that NiCe doesn't know how to build a Nexus. So that's not great.
Yeah, the important thing for Good here is he's going to be able to push forward with his Corsair, see after the Hydralisk Den has pretty much only just started or finished up even. He's going to see the drone count, which is important because he knows the Eriador isn't fully all in or anything like that. And this is going to make him a little bit more comfortable. He's going to put down his own Nexus. We'll probably see him tech up again. Citadel, most likely, but you can obviously go for Reavers, especially on this map. And as you said before, going to the island base against the Zerg can be very powerful.
Yeah, it's absolutely powerful. I think that the island base gives you a lot of ways to kind of circumvent the way that the game is played, especially if you go for something aggressive. You can pull back and not have to worry about things like speedlings. Because I haven't seen the last. I don't remember the last time a Zerg went drop in a game that I cast in STPL. Maybe I missed the ones, but
well,
yeah, there's. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the important thing to remember is Eriador is old school. Like, he was playing on Paradox 2, he was playing on Halls of Valhalla, stuff like that. He knows how to drop Gorky Island as well. Like, if there's one Zerg player that is gonna drop, it's gonna be Eri. And he was actually telling someone in Discord earlier, just load up a load of Overlords, send in 8 Overlords that are empty to draw fire, and drop like 40 Hydras in their base, and there's pretty much nothing a Protoss can do about it. And I mean, that's 100% true, and Eriador, not only known for his Queen usage, he's really good with drops. So I wonder if we may see that happen if this game goes on a little bit longer. Oh, and drops coming in, or is this speed? No, this is speed.
Is it?
I think so. I think drop is the one that looks like a lobster tail.
Yeah, you're right. No, it is actually speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I totally mistook. But yes, this is Overlord speed. A great thing to get when your opponent's going for at least a few Corsairs. This time it's only 2, so nothing really to be worried about. There's more than enough Hydras. And oh no, he's going to pick off one, maybe even both of these Corsairs. Gets one. And as soon as you kill off a Corsair or two, you can really start putting pressure on, because you can either go Mutas, or when you do go Mutas to snipe High Templar, there aren't going to be as many Corsairs to stop you.
Yeah, the only trouble is Eriador delayed his lair a very long time in this game, so there isn't a Spire, there isn't anything other than Hydralisks and Overlord speed that can really deal with these Corsairs. Luckily enough, he's not up against 2 Stargate Corsair or anything, or I'd be losing a load of Overlords, but I mean, Eriador's putting his pressure on at the front. Funnily enough, this wall ends up working out a little bit better than a normal one does, because +1 won't be cancelled. But that's about 3/4 of the way done.
Yeah, well, Bonnet's been doing this cool thing where you just put the Forge in the main anyway, and just for that reason, it's actually super cool. So, kind of glad that that's becoming a little bit more popular. Wait, who is dying in the upper right-hand corner, Kix?
That was Nyoken. Rip.
Oh, rip. Sorry, Nyoken. Fun to cast BSL with you, but your time has come. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Eriador's had enough. He's going to take, interestingly, the mineral-only base rather than going for the gas base in the top middle, but when you're going for a style like Eriador is, where he's just building mass Hydra, and he's building a ton of Overlords as well, like, this is way more Overlords than he actually needs. Minerals
well, it's a little bit of an anti-timing to bust out. Usually you want to wait for, you know, +1 to be done. You can really see these Zealots just don't hit that hard without that. But hey, it's good enough to push.
He's pushed just as it's about to finish, so luckily enough, by the time he fights, it's going to be done. Yeah, there we go. It just finished. Okay. So he is going to see all of these Hydras, though, and without splash damage, there's not really too much he's going to be able to do about it.
Yeah. But Storm is going to be done right on time. I think he already has a couple of High Templar. Yeah. Oh, it's actually got the full force, so nice. As long as he doesn't accidentally morph those into Archons, he should be fine.
Yeah, that's a real big problem when that happens. But are we going to see Good try and take out me and then take that base? It could be a little bit more difficult, but Eri coming in with a big Hydra force here. What are the Storms going to be like? Nice first Storm, but does pull back.
Yeah, glad that he's not going to all in there, but
oh my god, is he getting the High Templar? He gets one of them.
He was really trying to. That nice force of Hydras kind of split back to the back. That was fantastic. But look at the concave of Hydras to the top. Oh, trying to split around these. That's a couple more. High Templar coming forward, and he can't fight them with that small group of Hydras. Well, it's not small, but you know, it's small when you consider how many Storm kills.
Yeah, and look at this. He's going to pull around now. He finally has his reinforcements. A big storm going off on the front part of the Hydralisk force. But there is just so many Hydras here. Good. Forced to pull back once again. And his storm energy is very low now. I don't even think he has enough for a storm. Yeah.
I think he has one storm. Oh no, because he lost that High Templar that had the storm. So he's gonna. Oh no, his High Templar in the front. They get focused immediately. Ares, what amazing target firing there. Takes out the High Templar, and now there's no more splash damage. Okay, there's one storm. Never mind. That one was pretty good.
Yeah.
Now there's no splash damage. Well, he's 5 energy off another storm here, so that might be the one that kind of saves this army, because otherwise he just has nothing anymore. And this is mass Hydra.
Yeah, oh my god, this is another big storm, but luckily enough he does pull. He splits really well. Ariador is playing a very difficult style here. He's just going mass Hydra. Finally we have Lurkers coming in, but the Zealots can't turn and fight them. This is not what they want to be doing. They want to be killing the Lurkers before he sets up a contain.
Yeah, well, yeah, now the Lurkers are segmenting off. Oh, actually a decent storm catches 2 Lurkers at a time, but yeah, he needs to save those storms for the actual Hydras. That's going to be what kills him.
Yeah, and Ares doing a really, really good job microing back, not losing too many of his Hydras. Finally, it looked like Good was starting to get a headway into the army, and he just couldn't do it, so his units are now split off from his main. And just look at how many Overlords are with this army now. He can either lift his army in if he's gone for drop. I don't know if that actual research.
He did. Yeah, he got dropped already.
Okay, so yeah, there we go. He's just going to circumvent the units at the front, all the cannons as well, and he's going straight into the main.
A nice little Doom drop here. Wow, fantastic. I really like this by Ariador. He's always got the next step already figured out.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, all of Good's units are now trapped in the bottom right. Units from Ariador
this is like splash damage dropping on a fastest map. Once you put Lurkers and splash damage in this nice little box, oh man, so many probes are gonna die.
Yeah, and look how difficult this this SimCity is causing things to be for Good. He can't actually kill the Lurkers in his mineral line. He can't get units there.
This is what happens when you don't have Corsairs. His only Corsairs at the 12 o'clock location hasn't moved in 15 minutes. So it's kind of difficult in the 14 minute game, but they wow, yeah, no anti-air presence, and that means that it is very, very difficult to stop that drop from coming in. Beautifully played by Ariador.
Yep.
He improves to over 50% win rate.
He does. Really, really nicely done by him. That's going to take us into game number 2 when we get back. After this short break, it's going to be Warrior versus ABC. See you guys very soon. Neo Arkanoid also makes its appearance in STPL Season 2, a map from 2006. It's from the OGN Star League from back then, one of the early OSLs. And it's a semi-island map. I think one of the first of its kind that got major use after about the year 2004. It's one of a kind. I don't think I've ever seen another map like it. There's temples and power generators absolutely everywhere, making it very difficult to get through the middle of the map. The air units, of course, going to be very important here. The one problem all 3 races are going to have is the very easy to take second and third base. Hello guys, and welcome back for some more STPL action. I've apparently just killed Rapid's camera, so I'll just bring him back up.
How dare you?
How did I manage to do that? That's crazy.
You can't kill me that fast.
I tried to kill you as fast as I kill esports every single time. So that's what we do
Well
here.
done, Kick.
Okay, let's quickly have a look at both of our next couple of players. Starting us off here, we are going to have Red's Warrior. Warrior hasn't had the best of luck But as his quote says, rip and tear until it's done, and he's going to keep ripping away with his a bit unfortunate 16% win rate, but he's going to be here representing his team once again as their captain, and his opponent fighting for NiCe. It's going to be ABC. He's won his only game he's played so far. It's been up against ABC. And he's going to be looking to add to that win rate as they move on to map number 2. It is going to be a ZVZ, and it's going to be here on Neo Outlier.
You know where Warrior's quote is from, right?
I'm going to have to be honest and say no.
Oh, okay. It's a sick Doom meme from like 1960s. It's actually very, very good. There's a Doom comic book that id used to publish. And there's a guy, the main character is just called Doom Guy. And so there's this sick, like, I don't know, he was just like rip and tear all the time over and over again. Like rip, yeah, it's a sick Doom meme from back in the day. It's actually fantastic old meme. Okay. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, Neo Outlier, 3-player map, really, really fun. We've had some amazing ZVPs on here so far. I'm hoping, oh, it's going to be a ZVZ, isn't it? So, well, we've had some ZVZs. Apparently my overlay thinks that ABC is Protoss, so I will fix that as we get into the game. It's Warrior versus ABC. Okay, starting us off here in the 12 o'clock position, we do have the Red Zerg fighting for red, making it easy for me. It's Warrior.
Yeah, good job, Warrior. You really helped us out there. And in the other Christmas tree color, in the bottom left-hand corner in the green, playing for NiCe, it's ABC.
Now, I think ABC is actually a Protoss main. I guess he must have subbed in for someone. Oh, wait, I remember. He subbed in for Hawk. So, USA player Hawk, unfortunately unable to make his game for some reason. So, ABC stepped in, playing as EVZ. So, it should be interesting to see.
God damn it. Come on, Hawk. I know you just went to Corrupted Cup and was one of the only 2 players to take a game off of Bonneth, but come on. Yeah, you can do better than that.
He's got too big for his boots. He's too good for STPL.
I know, right? Now. Ever since he took that 1 game off of Bonneth in a macro game, he's like, well, too good for this team. No, but I'm actually a little bit sad. I really like watching Hawk play. But, you know, ABC filling in. It's always nice to see players off race because it's like a little bit weird and wacky and they don't play like you're used to.
Yep.
Seeing most players play.
I think this was a 4-pool rapid, so this is definitely not like we'd normally see.
Well, it's definitely not a 4-pool because there are more drones.
Okay, I think it built on 4 though, so it's fine. He's just gone into a few extra drones.
Like the bad 4-pool? No.
This is a macro 5-pool, man.
Oh yeah, macro 5-pool. All right. I actually love 5-pools. I think 5-pool is like the alpha brain build. Like it's actually so good. But you almost never see it. Oh, he's just drone tricking. What?
Yeah, he's adding on a few extra links. He's already got 4 of them. Wait, no, that's 5. Where the hell? Oh, the 6th one's stuck in his base. At least he didn't get stuck in the spawning pool like I saw in that weird clip on Twitch today. That was weird. But yeah, we've got I think this was a 12 pool from Warrior into a 12 gas. So he's going to be able to get lings, but are they going to be quick enough is going to be the main question.
I mean, his pool's not done yet, and the lings are at his base. So the answer is no kicks.
Yeah, this could be problematic. We do have a sunken colony coming on already, though. The lings are actually going to try and focus down at the egg. Obviously, eggs have a huge amount of armor, but I believe it does in fact change. No, it doesn't change the health on the Zerglings to spawn, but the sunken's done.
Yeah, so that's obviously very bad. This Zergling control is not great. And also, you don't target the eggs with Zerglings. That's just a bad, never, ever do it move. So, yeah, don't do that, guys. He also brought a drone, which is like the cheeky move. But the Overlord saw the lings, and he just threw down a sunken. So, beautifully played. The drone rush is like the nice one, but the sunken's almost perfectly positioned. I don't know if Warrior knew that, but that's almost perfectly in the center of the creep to defend against that drone rush.
That was actually really good. I mean, ABC, as you said, he was playing his off race, so maybe coming in with something a little bit different compared to what we'd normally see, but now Warrior is going to be the one going on the offensive. ABC, he's actually droned up pretty well behind it, so it's not like he's super far behind. But the fact is, he has a big decision of going for drones or lings, and he's just lost the drone to a single ling in his base. He's having a bit of trouble here. Oh, getting 2 drones, Warrior does.
Yeah, that's actually really good. I'm very impressed. Warrior is just killing it. He is up those 2 drones that he killed, so that makes all the difference.
Yep, it's...
If he had done that, then it would be even. And he might be even maybe a little bit behind. But if you check lair timings, that's like the big deal. And Warrior has one, and ABC does not.
Wow, Warrior's already got his... Okay, it's about halfway done, but still, as you said, more is better than less, and looks like the lings are going to trade pretty favorably, at least for ABC back in his base, but Warrior taking a ton of damage here. ABC even losing another drone.
Yeah, he just lost 2 more drones. I think that was 2 drones,
Oh, yeah,
right?
it was. Damn.
Yeah.
This is oh
so,
my
yeah,
god. Warrior's bought a drone. Oh, I thought he was being cheeky himself, but...
No, he was actually a missed rally point, but I think he actually should have used it aggressively just to meme on him, because he's just like gigantically ahead.
Yeah, and the Sunken from ABC keeps his gas safe, but it doesn't keep his bot mineral patch safe, so maybe it just about hits it, but diagonals are weird. But I don't think it could have hit where the other was. But here we go. Looks like we are going to have Warrior pushing in again. Does get rebuked there at least, so that's something. But Warrior, his lair is done. His second hatch is on the way as well, and ABC is finding himself stuck on 1 base.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way he's getting off this 1 base either. If you try to throw down a hatchery right now, you will actually just die.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you really want to be dealing with. Now, obviously Warrior is going to feel pretty good about getting the win here, but when you play like this, like Warrior has played this pretty much perfectly. Like the Sunken position pretty much won him the game at the beginning. Like if he didn't have that there at that specific time, maybe this would be a different game. But Warrior is now in a position where he's ahead, but he still has a chance to throw the game away. At ZVZ, if you don't get a favorable engagement in the air, you can still lose. We saw it, I believe it was on Friday I saw it, where Hawk was playing on Whiteout, and he essentially was so far ahead, and then he lost a big mute battle against Crossy, and lost the game. So, in a ZVZ, you can never be too sure.
Damn, that sucks, man. Losing when you're ahead is like, oh, that's the tilter. But, you know, in the end, justice is served. And now Hawk is tilted from last week, doesn't show up. ABC's got to play, and it's just cascading. It's compounding that earlier loss, because now I'm pretty sure Warrior is just going to kill him.
Yeah, I mean, his Spire is going to be done so much quicker. Interestingly, ABC didn't
the
go
meters
for an
are out.
evo. Oh yeah, wow, the meters are already out. I think this is definitely game over. Wow.
Yeah, he's just going to walk into the base. Like, there's no evo, so you just kill everything. All right, Kicks. Well, we're still at 6 minutes. If you guys are subbed to STPL, you can use our 6-minute curse, because we are at 6 minutes and 1 player is dead. He just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, ABC is going to try and hold on. He's adding on another hatchery now. The Spire is not even halfway done, though. He was actually ahead in drones for a second, but lost it in the end. GG. ABC taps out on Warrior. Takes game number 2.
Yeah, that was good on here move for using his 6-minute curse sub emote, whatever thing in chat, because I guess it was 7 minutes 11 seconds total game, but 13 seconds total game.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, congratulations to Warrior. Red pick up another win.
They do, and we're going to be back with game number 3 when we get back after this short break. See you guys soon.
And people like Kix, for example, who has an encyclopedic knowledge of every map that's ever been released on StarCraft. And
he's the map man! Skibby-dibby-dibby on do-do-do. Skibby-don do-do-do. Skibidi-bidi-bidi-don, dude. He's the map man! Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dee-da-ba-ba-da-boop. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. Be-da-ba-ba-da-boop. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. Everybody plays one way or the other, so check out my message to you. As a matter of fact, I don't let nothing hold you back. If Kicks can do it, so can you. Gooba-dooba-dooba-dee-da-ba-ba-da-boop. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop.
Please don't listen to him for maps.
Yeah.
Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for some more STPL action. Red are currently up 2-0 against their opponents NiCe here, and it's going to be up to NiCe's debut player in Astro, our first Australian player in the entire tournament. He's going to be seeing if he can get NiCe's name on the board.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. You mean Astro's name off the board? Or no, Horitas's name off the board.
No,
NiCe's name
NiCe's
on
name
the board.
On the board, yeah.
Okay,
we got
all right.
that.
Anyway, yeah, I'm actually really excited because there's not a whole lot of players from Australia. There's a couple of prerequisites. Okay, so first of all, Horitas, he's naming himself after the old horror. I don't know if it's the horror
player.
gates probably, but also there's a player named Horror.
Yeah, there was a really famous German Protoss, I think, called Horror, which is where he got his name from. But also you have Horror Gates as well. So,
but yeah, he might do that. He hasn't had a lot of success in STPL, but anything can change. Also, he's playing against an Australian player, Astro. Now, if you're playing Brood War in Australia, you've just got some struggles, okay? Yeah. Because not only is internet in Australia maybe the worst in the world, it is actually an island. So somehow your internet signals have to beep through the ocean to whoever you're playing against. And let me just say, there's no turn rate 24 for Australia. I don't care what country you're in. You can be in Australia. You don't get turn rate 24 to Australia. Yeah. I'm sorry. So I don't know what his expectations are here, but I'm excited to see what a non-Legionnaire Australian player looks like.
Yep, so we're going to be heading on to New Tornado. We've had some fantastic games on this map so far. It's going to be our 4th PBT overall. Looking forward to it. It's one of the more standard maps in the map pool. The major thing about this map that's kind of different to pretty much any other map ever is the minerals at the natural last forever. So two base play is very, very popular on this map just because you can live on those two bases for a very, very long time. So let's get into the game and I'll talk a little bit more about both the players as we head into New Tornado. Okay, starting us off here in the 12 o'clock position. Well, I guess it's more the 1 o'clock position. We do have the Blue Terran fighting for NiCe. It's Astro.
And his opponent in the other side of the map from, I just assume all red players are from Germany, but that's not actually true. But anyway, I assume from Germany is Tortas.
You know, one thing I was going to bring up just before was Master, who's the clan leader of NiCe, before the game said if Astro lags too bad, he won't play in the STPL again, but he just wants to test it out, see if he can. So hopefully he'll be able to. One of the things I suggested, and I don't know if this is actually going to help whatsoever, is I wouldn't have thought the connection from Australia to Korea is terrible, but then I don't know.
It's bad.
Oh, really?
It's bad. Australia to anywhere is just bad. For StarCraft Remastered specifically, but also for almost any game. Like, the internet in Australia is just so bad. Like, there actually are places that have decent internet. Like, there's a bunch of Australian streamers that stream StarCraft 2, for instance, but there are no Australian streamers that stream StarCraft 1. It just is so bad. So, good luck.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that you had a player such as Legionnaire who ended up being so good back in the day, but I guess there was probably a bigger LAN scene in Australia back then to actually like practice with, so that probably helped.
You know, there was a lot of LAN back in like 20 or maybe, I don't know, maybe 15, 18 years ago in Australia. The only problem is that he had a very special situation where he was able to get good enough and then make the decision or get the opportunity to go over to Korea, maybe even before he was that good. He was already really good when he went over to Korea, but going to Korea helped him just like outstrip basically everyone else.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. He did come back for a little bit for like the StarCraft Remastered event, if I remember correctly. It was kind of cool to see him there again. Now, Legionnaire, obviously, I guess we're kind of going off topic a little bit. Probably one of the best foreign players to have ever gone to Korea and succeeded well as well. So it'll be cool to see if Astro is going to be able to live up to that name. Obviously, a very difficult
He's got the big
name.
shoes to fill.
Yeah. And I guess the only other problem with Australian lands is Australia is so big that they would probably have to travel days to get to them, which probably wouldn't help.
Yeah, that's usually you fly, and the flights are pretty cheap if you're flying inside Australia. But anyway, just to talk about the game for a second, kind of actually critique some builds. This is gonna be 1-1-1 coming through. For Astro, it's not uncommon. Usually you say 1-1-1 versus Zerg, but kind of the same idea. The factory's coming down. I'm almost sure he's going to throw down a starport here pretty soon. But I'm not going to guess one way or another. You're the Terran expert here.
Well, it's weird because with 1-1-1 against Protoss, you would normally pull off of gas at some point, but he's not pulled off of gas at all, so usually the only Terran build that this leads to is 2-port Wraith, but the only person crazy enough to go 2-port Wraith against Protoss is 100% Radley, so I don't think we're going to be seeing that here. Recently there was a game, I don't know if it was in Corrupted Cup, I can't remember where I saw it, where someone went 2 factory 1 starport, which is pretty much almost unheard of. Like, you never ever see that because it's just not that good, but looks like it is just going to be a single starport, machine shop coming in, there's going to be mines most likely coming up to start. Yeah, and there we go.
Watch him rush Science Vessel into DTs.
That'd be incredible.
Yeah, well, it also would work. Also, he's not going up against DTs, but, you know, I'm just saying, a man can dream.
Nuke rush.
Hey, in the end, it is a relatively fast expo, but wait, are we actually having a nuke rush here?
No, I was just joking. That would be amazing, though.
Okay. That would be amazing. Somewhere Radley would just get super triggered. Not a bad strat to go for if you're from Australia either, because they actually detonate nukes in Australia all the time as a way of testing it. But anyway, he's probably, just going to go for, what is this? Is this like the fastest drops in the world? I'm guessing so, right?
He's going for a super quick drop. He's hiding it behind a bunker as well, which this is kind of a more modern style of going one-base TVP. It's very popular at the moment in Korea. Essentially, you build the bunker, you try and stop them from ever scouting the fact you don't have a base, and you go for a very quick vulture drop to try and take advantage of the fact that they won't be trying to defend. But Horritos is playing incredibly defensive with his Dragoons, so I feel like he knows that something is up. And he hasn't even seen anything from Astro yet, so that's a pretty big decision.
He's got one Dragoon, like, soft containing him, right? Because he knows the mines are out here, but... Let's see what happens when a Vulture shows up into his base. I won't watch this Dragoon die to mines.
Yep.
Oh
no!
Oh. Okay, oh my god, get me out of this game.
That was
Well,
a
this
tragic
is setting
Dragoon.
up to be the most perfect drop coming in here, Kicks.
Yeah, he's actually going to have... He's only dropping 3 Vultures, so he's not delaying it whatsoever. This is going to be the quickest drop I think you can possibly get in TVP. Now, Horitas is not moving out on the map with this Dragoon, so maybe this is going to play into his advantage here. Because if
I mean,
he
he only
holds
has
this,
2 of them.
he's got about 5. 3 more a little bit further away. But the thing is, like, if he holds this well... He's on 2 base and Astro's on 1, so Astro's going to be very far behind.
Just
if he
mine the
doesn't get...
ramp. Oh my god, he's not mining the ramp. Never mind. But I hope he puts mines in the mineral line. That's god. He targets down one of the mines, but there's more and there's more and there's more, and there's vultures still in your main. Oh man, already one mine going off. Whew. Child, this is a rough one, Kicks.
Well, luckily enough, Horitas wasn't going for DTs, so he does have observers coming on the way. So that's going to allow him to clear up these mines. The Vultures didn't do all that much damage, so as long as Horitas keeps up his probe production...
He should be ferrying in those 2 other Vultures, right?
It would be good, but he knows there's a ton of units in there, so if anything it'd be better... Oh, yeah, he is going to pick them up. He's going to go and drop them in the natural.
Yeah, he was just a little bit slow. If he goes all the way around, then dropping them in the natural would be fantastic, but I think... He's actually just going to try to either A, run them in, which would be bad, or just use them to put mines outside the entrance to the natural, which actually would be the big brain play.
Yeah, now, usually with this build, what you do is you essentially rally Vultures into the natural, because while they're dealing with your Vultures in the main, usually they won't have anything back to defend in the net, so you can get a ton of damage there, but Horitas split his army really, really well. He didn't send everything back. He didn't lose anything to mines, which is a big thing that happens at my level when I'm doing this against people on ladder. And look at this, he's going to have his Dragoons in position. He may even get the dropship. He's going to get it.
Oh my god, he did get the dropship. Now, I mean, he's also going to pick off one of the Vultures. Now, he needs to lay a mine. No, it just went for the probe kill. I guess that's okay, but no, it's not okay to lose all that stuff.
Well, he's actually ahead in work account now, so he did delay the mining at the natural long enough that his natural was able to come up. We do have 3 factories.
Yep.
Now for
But
Astro.
he's only ahead in worker count because Horitas Horitas just forgot to keep building probes while he was stressed out microing.
Yep. Astro is doing pretty good though. I mean, usually when your drop doesn't really do that much, you are going to be super far behind, but right now he's in a good spot. He doesn't have his armory yet though, which is a pretty big deal. You need your armory as soon as possible, and interestingly, he cancelled his gas for some reason. I guess he's choosing to go for a quicker expansion.
Well, good luck with that. Oh, yeah, I forgot he actually has all those observers. So yeah.
Yeah.
But where's the probe? He actually hasn't set the probe over to get the base yet. So that's maybe a little bit slow. But yeah, I mean, he does know that his opponent was one basing in order to get that drop off so quickly. But he also has to worry about what the 2-base attack is going to look like. But thankfully, he's got the observer across the map to see it. This is still going to be pretty scary. This is like 6-7 vultures, a tank. 2 tanks, 3 tanks,
3
oh my!
tanks, yeah, it's going to be difficult, but he does have a good number of units back at home. If he can hold this push, Astro is going to be super far behind. But obviously it depends on how Astro chooses to approach this. If he goes to this high ground above the natural, this could be a very dangerous position because Horitas is going to find it so hard to deal with it. And look at this, both the armies are looping around each other, and oh, and a massive mine hitting that Dragoon, taking it out and doing a ton of damage to the rest of the shields.
Yeah, some tanks sieged in the back, one unsieged in the front, but look at the buffer of all of these vultures. The zealots evaporating and the siege tanks are so good. Even though some zealots are going to get onto the tanks. Oh no, a big mine drag goes off, and that's going to clear everything up. Wow.
Yeah, he does manage to get those Zealots in from the high ground. Unfortunately, Astro was caught before he was fully ready. If he had everything sieged up on that high ground, that would have been a completely different engagement. But Vultures now getting into the natural, doing a ton of damage, cutting the probe count even more. And luckily enough, some Zealots on the ramp there getting unloaded from the shuttle to block it. Gonna save the day.
Yeah, thankfully he had a shuttle full of Zealots to block that ramp. Otherwise, that could have been absolutely tragic. So, whew, man, it's still rough.
Yeah, now having a look here, we've got the Dragoons being cleaned up in the middle. Gonna try and take down a couple of extra Vultures. Gonna get one of them, but does need to be careful not to lose though, because while Haratos has done a pretty good job so far, he doesn't have his third base up yet. Obviously neither does Astro. The big story though is Astro still doesn't have an armory. Like, he doesn't have any upgrades coming, and that's really the power play as Terran. You need to get that 2-1 upgrade as soon as possible.
Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, you know, you're right. 2-1 is the thing, but he's not going to have it. He does have a Wraith though, so that's going to be really good against this shuttle that's going to be trying to roam around here, as long as he doesn't lose it to like Dragoons or whatever. But this is still a 2-base Protoss, so as long as that is the case, Terran's feeling good.
Yeah, the other thing you can do with the Wraith is actually take out the shuttle with the observers, but he doesn't quite manage to do that. It's only 2 tanks against so many Dragoons. The shuttle with, oh my god, a mine going off on the other tank as well, and this is going to be all of Astro's army falling. And Haratos takes a perfect engagement there, losing a single Dragoon and killing all of that. He does lose the shuttle though, which is a little bit frustrating, but it's not the biggest deal.
Macro for Astro, not incredible, especially after he just lost everything. Also, he was building his command center in the most inexplicable location I've ever seen a command center built. Right just in front of his base.
It's not too bad to fly up to the third base there. It also creates a
No, but why would you build it there? Just build it as part of your wall in the base. You can build it right next to the siege tank and no Zealots can hit it.
That is a very good point. Looks like he is going to try and send out a few more Vultures out to the outside of the map, but doesn't manage to get too much done. Obviously, he's going to be able to go for some mines, but third base still not up yet for Haratos.
Well, I mean, he's not getting the third base because he had to deal with mines and a Vulture that was stuck there for a long time. So at least one probe went down, I believe. I could be wrong about that. But the idea is, yeah. So good luck. He's also got. Oh no, he's gonna kill another one. Oh no, he's not. He's not targeting it. But anyway, he could have killed another probe. That would have delayed this base even more.
Yeah, and obviously the third command center is done now, but Astro has got the problem of losing so many tanks early on, losing so many Vultures as well. His +1 upgrade is only just now coming in, and it's going to be so difficult for him to even kind of crawl out of his base and take a third, because Haratos, if he sends all of his units up, he's got a really formidable army.
Yeah, Haratos does actually have a very scary army, especially because he wiped Astro before. We were talking about 2-1 upgrades and how strong those were, how important they were, but he has nothing. So even though siege tanks are kind of scary, they won't be if he doesn't get more upgrades for them.
Yeah, well, we do have Astro going for a drop in the main at this moment. He's spending a lot of his micro, though, on getting these Dragoons that are retreating. His Vultures finally going into the main, but Haratos pulled all of his probes away. The important thing is Astro is going to see the fact that others are going to be on the way, and let's see if he's able to get more probes. The probes are actually pulling back up into the Vultures.
And if he had mined the top of the ramp immediately, that could have been tragic, but as is, he is actually getting mine kills, and oh my gosh, there's so many, like, just literal landmines that those Dragoons walk the wrong location. Ugh, that could be rough.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Looks like the mines have finally been cleaned up. The third base is going to land down from Astro. Now, Astro is still playing incredibly aggressively. This seems to be his style. He just constantly pushes with all the units he has over and over and tries to break forward. This time, though, he's going to be able to get onto this high ground, and this is going to be such a difficult place for Haratos to be able to deal with. He doesn't have a shuttle anymore.
Yeah, Tornado is really rough because if you don't control this high ground, ooh, all of a sudden not only are you sieging, you're basically stuck on 3 bases, because if you try to take one of the side bases, like, you know, good luck.
Okay, looks like we are going to see some turrets with this push as well. The vultures moving forward, the tanks on the high ground in a very, very good location. But here we go, the shuttle coming in at the back, dropping zealots on this high ground, and the vultures are all falling.
Yeah, the vultures are going down here, and he's not scanning. You do have to scan the Protoss army in order to be able to see it. There it is. Finally is able to, you know, at least take out a little bit of it, but he doesn't leave any other unsieged tanks, so the zealots are actually going to do a great job cleaning this up. I don't know what happened to the Wraith from earlier, but I thought it was still out there somewhere, but he didn't have one, so...
Yeah, he lost the earlier one, and then the one just now just died, so...
Oh, he loses the shuttle to a turret. That's not great.
Yeah, he is going to get the tank for his trouble, though. That hero zealot's going to at least cut the tank count down. Now, surprisingly, even though Astro lost the vast majority of his units up there, he actually still managed to hold on slightly. And the third base is still not here for Haratos, so Hara is going to be running out of minerals soon. His main base is nearly mined out. His natural is still going to be very healthy. That comes down to those sort of double base minerals, I think it is, on New Tornado, but still, I mean, Haratos needs a third gas, because when he starts losing, like this gas, when that finally depletes, he is going to be in a world of hurt.
I'm just waiting, because Haratos is pretty dead at this point. This is actually really cool. Not only is it Astro's first game in STPL, but he is also the first Australian player we've just had in any Brood War tournament for the last, I don't know. When was the last time an Australian player played in a Brood War tournament? It must have been Legionnaire, right?
Yeah, it must have been Legionnaire in the remastered event. Like, I've never heard of another Australian player playing, so it's kind of cool. Now, I still think that Haratos could be in a good position. That's a nice stasis, but now he can't get to the back tank. He's going to try and bring in another shuttle, but that's going to go down to a turret again. Oh, and he's actually coming up from multiple angles, so that's good.
That one turn on the high ground, it's not burning down because it's a 90 out of 200. It's killed 2 shuttles and an observer. What a god.
A complete hero. Also, I find it funny how it's not burning despite the fact that it's clearly on fire. Okay, I mean, Haratos has managed to clean... Oh, he needs to be careful of the mines. There's no observer here. He loses another 2 Dragoons to the mines. And Astro is killing it. He's doing so much damage with just vultures.
Oh my god, did he just kill 5 vultures with just mines? That's crazy.
Yeah, he killed so many Dragoons there. He's going to get the other one if he just targets it down, but looks like he's going to try and bait it into the mine. And there we go, kills another Dragoon. Haratos is going to be feeling a little bit awkward about this game, because this is a game that he should have won. He defended the early aggression from Astro really, really well, and he's just taking hits so often. He needs more observers. That's the problem. He just has no way of dealing with the mines.
Well, he's lost a bunch of them to that turret out there. Damn. Well, I mean, he's kept his Arbiter alive, so that's a nice tactic unit to have. He does have a Nexus on the way. It's almost done.
Oh, he's losing
yet
another
again.
observer.
Oh,
survives with 1 health. That was really unfortunate as well. That turret finished just as the observer was going by. I don't think he realized that turret was going to be there, but the observer does survive. It sees the fact the third base is up. Now, we did have stasis finish. Did we have recall? The trouble is he doesn't really have any units to actually recall with. His army is incredibly small right now.
Oh, hey, watch the observer in that 12 o'clock base kicks. Oh, no, it's out of range of the turret. He was building a turret right next to it. I thought it was going to die to the turret being built, but it didn't.
This is the world's luckiest. That's got to be turret range, right? I'm sure I've attacked stuff
How is
further
that not
away.
In turret range?
Yeah, it must be like on the ground over this cliff edge or something, but due to the way the isometric viewpoint works, it looks weird. But we finally have a Dragoon, well, an observer with the army, so he's going to be able to clear up these mines into another map. Another observer actually coming back, so he's going to see some more mines. And he finally does have this third base, but with no third gas, no fourth base on the way either, Haratos still needs to make something happen. Looks like he's going to try and go for a recall here.
Alright, let's see. The problem is, like, you know, you go for recalls when you have units to recall. And I guess he does technically have units to recall. But he kind of needs those units to not die, you know?
Yeah, recall is kind of a double-edged sword, because even if you're defending as Terran, like, sometimes you can have, like, 4 tanks, a ton of mines, and you still lose everything. But then other times you'll just have those games where all of the Protoss units will just evaporate when they spawn. So looks like he's gonna try. Astro is gonna try and fly out here and get an EMP, but he's gonna lose his vessel. That was a full energy vessel.
Well, I don't know what's up with that. Okay, Astro's really trying to help my boy out here. This is not over yet. It's still a 3-base Terran, so that's pretty good. He's mined out in his main, but he's still got a decent natural in 3rd base. He's actually looking to take a 4th base here pretty soon, which I think is super smart.
It is, but I mean, look at the upgrades. It's 20 minutes into the game and he doesn't have +2 attack yet. This is the problem with playing super aggressively. Now, the good thing for Astro, and this is kind of how Fantasy's games used to go, you play super aggressive, you don't get the upgrades on time, but you do so much damage to the Protoss army as the game goes on, you still manage to win in the end. And I mean, Haratos still isn't maxed, so he's not got the best army. It's mostly Dragoons, and against this many tanks, like that's a huge amount of tanks right now.
I'm waiting for the calm before the storm, because you know Astro's just gonna unsiege and go. Actually, a bunch of his tanks are stuck behind that mature Chrysalis, so probably kill that, and then you will actually have all your army out on the map. But yeah, once these tanks hit, like, oh, this is gonna be more painful than when the gummy bears hit.
Well, he does need to make sure he sieges his tanks. His tanks at the back, nice stasis at the front. The Zealots getting on top of absolutely everything here. And Haratos gets an amazing engagement, really seeing the lack of +2 attack there coming in. But there's still more tanks in the back. The Dragoons are forced back.
Yeah, that looked really great. It looked really great, and then you saw that there were like 5 tanks that were still sitting in the back. The Vulture is getting stasis. That was actually really good. He hit a couple of super nice stasises. A couple of really nice stasis mobs. But oh yeah, the mine drags are going to be pretty good. Oh, another big mine drag, man. These mines are killing more units than the actual units are killing.
Yeah, and the tanks at the back, they're starting to slowly unfreeze, and Haratos' units, unfortunately, he's losing all of his army. Astro with a massively good position here. He's got a huge supply lead right now against Protoss. 4th base is finished. He just needs to throw some SCVs over there. And I mean, Haratos has built a Nexus over this other natural, but he cannot get any probes there. He's not going to be able to start mining. And I mean, his army is minuscule right now. He is going to be kicking himself with this game because it's such a difficult game to come back from. But it's very rare that you'll ever come across a Terran player that will play like this on ladder. So this is going to be a new experience for Haratos.
Yeah, it is. I mean, probably not a great experience, but I'm sure he'll actually learn quite a bit about it, because he's had several opportunities where he wiped the Terran army and just like didn't really know what to do with it. Also, you know, getting dropped kind of sucks, so maybe he's just going to be a little bit more vigilant against drops like that. Haratos is on top of his upgrades. If you notice, he is on 1-1. He's about to get a 2-2 starter here, theoretically. +2 is done for Terran, and that is a big upgrade for them. They're going to start 2-shotting these Dragoons here pretty soon. It's actually, I guess he has carapace or armor, so not quite.
I'm not really certain how the armor break points work in TVP. I know that 2-1 is pretty much like the best upgrade you can get, but
yeah, essentially,
like, we're going to see Haratos push forward. A lot of his army actually got EMP'd. Now this is good. Getting that stasis there on those vessels going to really help. The scan does come down. A lot of the tanks have been stasised again. But once again, I mean, Haratos, he's trading quite well, but he can't ever get the big engagement wins, and Astro is just able to reinforce with Vultures every time.
I think, honestly, Astro is not playing to his advantages. He could pull back, max out, get 2-1, and then go again. I think that push would actually end the game. Instead, he's kind of bleeding off units into very effective stases, and yeah, he keeps losing his army over and over again.
Yeah, this is one of the downsides of playing this style. Like, this is the style of TVP I play, and it's really fun to play, but it's really trying to think of the right word, but it's kind of inefficient. Like, you either trade effectively over and over again, or you just eventually throw the game away because you keep losing too much. and at the moment, Astro is losing way too much. He tries to get over to the 4th base, there's cannons up there already, but this is going to force it, or give him the ability to send some tanks over, so this base is going to go down. And Astro, I mean, he's still just rallying out on the middle of the map. He just wants to end the game, and he wants to just keep pressuring. He's just not letting up.
To his credit, yeah, he is not letting up, so that's at least nice. But I think he's
Oh, the
probably needs to
mines!
start. No, these mines, man. What on earth? This is so crazy.
I thought there was an observer there as well, and it just seemed to, I don't know, it vanished or something, because all of a sudden all the Dragoons ran in. A good stasis on the back though, but the Nexus, it's, oh, okay, he saves it with the 2nd stasis. That was close. That's like 2 hits away,
Yeah,
I think.
these Stacy's, whatever, is actually pretty great. They're the only thing really saving him at this point. If he hadn't been able to take those tanks out in the back, he would have lost his Nexus right there.
Yep, now we do have a 5th command center up here, over in the left-hand side, just having a quick look at the minerals. You'll see they're 2,000 rather than normal 1,500. Now, Astro, he's mined out of his main, mined out of his natural. He needs to transfer those probes away, and he's actually mined out of his 3rd. Now, that observer that's on 1 health, it's even more precariously in between load more turrets again somehow. So that is going to stay alive, but all the tanks coming out stasis now. Can Horitos defend? We'll have to find out.
3.
He is going to defend for a little bit, but I think these flanking units actually might do a lot. If he comes around at the right angle when these tanks are unsieged, like now! Oh my god, that was the worst unsiege I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was
No,
really
the worst
unfortunate
unsiege I ever
timing.
saw was Ioken losing VSL, but this is the 2nd worst unsiege I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. Astro was actually in a very good position there, unsieging all of his tanks, maybe feeling a little bit overconfident. Also, huge shout out to Swaggy for the 12-month resub. Thank you very much, man. Means a lot. Now, we do have
It's his
Astro.
birthday.
Wait, it's his birthday? No, that means he's gifted a sub, right?
12 months is 1 year.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. I'm bad at reading things. That's crazy. But yeah, happy birthday, Aggie. Nice.
And it's an STPL birthday, which is the most special birthday of all.
Yep. Well, maybe a rapid birthday would be a little bit more special.
No, I've got plenty of those.
Okay, well, hopefully it's one of many here for Zelda, not Zeldaran, Aggie. I read Zeldaran's name in chat and then got confused. But, I mean, Astro is still putting the pressure on. He's still doing a ton of work with his vultures, just laying as many mines as possible. And I mean, when you look at the state of how this game has gone, if there's one thing that's going to do good, it's mines. So he's going to throw a load of vultures away to get a ton of probes. Oh, nice probe drill there by Horitos.
If he had laid mines, it could have actually blown up all the probes. I'm disappointed, Kix.
The mine wouldn't have gone off. Archon's didn't set up mines.
You say that, but right as you think the mine's not going to go off, it goes off. So
That
I
is a
rest my
fair
case.
point. Mines have got like a mind of their own. Sometimes they like lift up and they're like, I'm just gonna dance around here for forever and not do anything. And you're like, wait, go and kill the units. Damn it. Okay, Astro is still pushing forward. He's still got a good position over this 4th base. And I mean, this is the most important base on the map right now for Horitos. But if he loses this, he's going to be mined out, and there's nothing he'll be able to do. A nice stasis, though, once again.
Where's the storm? He's got storm. Just storm. I guess he doesn't need to. Damn.
Yeah.
Man, Horitos has done more with less than I've seen in a long time. What a god.
Yeah, he's the efficiency toss. I mean, he is German, right? So German are known for their efficiency. So,
Nice team.
yeah. Okay, I mean, this High Templar, I kind of wanted to just stay with those tanks and just immediately storm as they come out of stasis, but looks like he is going to push it forward. The storm definitely finished. Yeah, it must have done. This is so weird.
Yes.
Oh, he's
I
trying
think
to go
he is
for the-
actually waiting for the tanks to unsiege. The unfreeze. The only problem is that when they do, they also fire and kill the High Templar. Where's the storm?
Oh,
EMP! Sickest EMP! Oh my god, what a legend.
Yeah, he didn't EMP the High Templar, though. It died, unfortunately, but I mean, more...
No, he did.
Huh.
Wait,
Okay.
I swear he EMP'd the High Templar under there. Chat,
missed.
what did you see?
It
Who's right,
missed.
Kix or I? I don't know.
Someone
You
can
be
clip
right,
it
Kix.
and we'll find out. It'll be like one of those find the ball, like newspaper things. That may be only like a an
Oh,
English thing.
Okay. Never mind. You were right, Kix. I saw it wrong. I must have seen like a zealot or something with no shields or something. I don't know.
Yeah, what's
But
kind of
anyway,
weird.
rip the High Templar.
Yeah, the High Templar didn't get to storm anything, unfortunately, but to be honest, it didn't really matter. It's still crazy how this game is still going and how this 4th base is still alive. Like, Astro is playing the most aggressive style of Terran I've seen in a very, very long time. Like, he has been constantly in Haratos' face, and I do not understand how both of them are trading so equally every single time that he's just not dead. Like, in one of my games, I would have been dead long before this. Like, Astro is doing a really good job to stay alive.
Yeah, to Hortos's credit, he's done such a good job busting these tank lines. He always has shuttles with zealots in them or gets zealots on the back of them. His stases have been super, super good. And his macro is just on point. And Astro's actually hiccuped quite a bit on his macro. He knows how to build bases, that's great. But if you look at his like 10 o'clock base, there's way too many SCVs there. You look at his 9 o'clock base, way too many SCVs there. And then you look at his like 8 o'clock base, and there's nothing there. So
yeah, it looks like the 4th base of Haratos finally going to go down. It looks like the Nexus has finally gone boom. But Haratos is coming in. He's trying to clean up the tanks once again. A nice EMP actually went off on one of the Arbiters, I believe. So it's only one stasis there. But I mean, the tanks are still doing so much. And oh my god, this mine. Oh, that could have been devastating.
ugh. Well, Hortos has no more money anymore, so unless he's just 100% efficient, this is the end of the game. Oh, Nikes. That was a lot of blue goo.
Yeah.
Yeah, GG, that's one way to do it. In the end, Astro takes the first win for an Australian player since Legionnaire in a competitive tournament. Brood War,
does.
what a god.
First up STPL, next up Corrupted Cup 2020. Let's see what you can do. I mean, we had a Vietnamese player in Corrupted Cup as well, which is kind of crazy. I've not seen him before, but hopefully we'll see more of him in the future as we get into game number 3. No, that's going to be game number 4, with Red up 2-1 still. Astro getting that win there. When we get back after this short break, see you guys very soon.
Outstanding. Rock and roll.
STPL does. Bio TVP. Wow! You got it. STPL does. Mass Scouts? No problem. Broadcast 3 nights a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2100 CEST. Fantastic casting, fantastic production, fantastic prizes. Only here on the STPL. Did you know Reavers could be this radical? How did these lings even get here? All I know is that's one dead base. STPL does. Wraiths, Valkyries, Carriers, and Corsairs. Forget about it. You won't see that anywhere else. STPL does. STPL does. STPL does. STPL does. STPL does. DT's doing game-ending damage? Name a more iconic duo. We've even got carriers in PvZ. How amazing! A global team league on the scale you've never seen before. Don't see this in BWCL, STPL does. All that and more, only on this amazing 64-bit STPL. What BWCL don't. Impressed? I know I am. Why not support us on the link below? Patreon.com/kicks. Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for some more STPL action. We'll be heading into our 4th game of the series with Red up 2-1. And NiCe are going to be looking to try and get another win to take us into the ace match. Starting us off here for Red, well, Red even, we're going to have LML. He is a German Protoss. He's done pretty well in the STPL so far, but like he's been up against Terra, Abby, and Art of Turtle. So the game he played against Art of Turtle was sick, so I'm hoping we'll get more of that. And less of his game versus Terra, but I mean, it's Terra, so...
Yeah, so let's just... Yeah, oh, man. Terra is such a god. 2nd place in Corrupted Cup, what a legend. But hey, he's going up against NiCe Essen, which is NiCe backwards, in case you guys are not familiar with that. But yeah, I actually would love to see LML do well. I feel like he's really kind of, I don't want to say up and coming, but he's pretty solid. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's see how it goes. Essen has done very, very well for his team.
Yep.
But hasn't really faced off against a super solid player yet.
No, I mean, Blaze is really good. The win he got on Blaze on Multiverse was a really sick game. That was, I believe Blaze vs Essen was one of the first like must-watch series I did, because essentially like it went down to 1 base for each of them and they were barely mining. It was kind of crazy. That was really cool. ZBT. Essen is also the player who showed us how aggressive you can play on Neo Arkanoid by just breaking through the middle immediately with Lings and killing his opponent. So we'll have to see how he's going to do as we get onto our 4th map here. It's going to be Blitz X. Now this is a 2-player map. The mains are very close by air, very far away by ground, so the drop play incredibly good on this map, and air play is as well. It is going to be a ZVP. Muteless could be a big thing. So let's head in to game number 4. Okay, starting us off here in the top left-hand position, we do have the Blue Zerg fighting for NiCe. It's Essen.
Yeah, and his opponent playing in the red is LML, our German Protoss player.
Part of me really wonders if LML actually stands for anything, or if it's just
It stands for Multi-Mevel Marketing.
Yeah, like they realized Pyramid Scheme was too dodgy, so they made MLM, and they're like, oh, people are onto us, let's change it.
Like, they'll never guess if we just change it. Actually, so there was a professional team called World Elite. They're one of the best Chinese teams in esports, or at least they were for a while. And they had a sister team, but they didn't want it to be known that it was a sister team. So instead of calling it World Elite, they called it M3. And if you flip the W in World Elite upside down and the E backwards, it becomes M3 from World Elite, from WE. And I'm like, you guys are not rocket scientists here, okay?
I mean, it's clever because you wouldn't tell that they were sister teams, I guess, unless you were thinking about it.
No, it's not clever because it's totally obvious, Kicks. You would tell it even if you weren't thinking about it. I could not think about that. The logo is literally WE, and then they changed it to M3, and I'm just like, something seems familiar about that. But anyway, same thing for LML, or MLM, who's going to be his arch nemesis. He's only capable of building his buildings in a triangle shape, Kicks.
Yeah. Illuminati toss, there we go. That would be really fun, like, you know, Day 9 used to do like the Fun Day Monday stuff. That would be a really cool like constraint. Like when you play, you have to build your buildings in triangles. You can't build them any other way. Just like triangles all over the map.
That would be amazing. I would buy it instantly.
You know the Bisu heart that you did in the middle of the map with pylons? You do that, but you build like a big triangle with an eye in it. That'd be sick.
That'd be next level. But hey, let's talk about the game for a little bit, because we are going to see something crazy. Well, not crazy. It's 6 Lings running across the map from a overpool. And I like this because it does force the opponent to block his ramp and a little bit of lost mining time. But it's not really going to accomplish a whole lot, or at least it shouldn't.
Yeah, interestingly, LML is playing this one base. I guess that's one of the major things that I didn't really look at, I suppose, but LML staying on one base, building his core and everything in his main. He doesn't have a wall at his front. Now, this is actually quite a hard map to wall at your front, so maybe this is part of the reason for it, but looks like we are going to have Essen going for his hatchery first here, over on the natural. LML, perfectly safe back at home, and already going into a Stargate.
Yeah. I really like that. I think it's probably the best way to play, especially if you can't get that fast expansion up. And this is really cool style from Essen to say, well, no, you cannot get a free Nexus, so none of these fast Nexus shenanigans from you, Protoss player, force him into the Stargate.
Yeah, now an interesting thing that happens when you go for this is Essen is forced to go into a Hydra Den. I'm not sure if he was planning to do that anyway, given the fact he is kind of playing a weird style himself, but if he goes like a Hydra Bust into this, that would be like this big brain play, because that'd be really difficult to defend. And how often do you see this rapid, a Dragoon chasing down an Overlord at the beginning of the game?
Man, it's just been a while, Kicks. I'm watching. I'm like, yes, eventually the Dragoon will kill the Overlord, but that may be the first Overlord to ever die to a Dragoon like that.
Well, the Corsair does come out, so he's not going to have to waste any time in his main. He is going to fly straight over to the main of his opponent. Let's see if he can get either a couple more Overlords or at least get a full scout. And I mean, look at Essen's economy. He only has one drone at his natural right now, so things are not looking good for him. He is playing very aggressively right now.
Yeah, I really like it. I think this is a style you usually do not see, and it's almost always designed to run into the main. Yeah, beautiful pull back there by LML. He's like, I know what you're trying to do here. And almost immediately the Nexus will come up. He actually goes Pylon before Nexus. I'd just throw the Nexus down there. Because you had to build so many units and waste so much time. Might be worth it. But hey, on the other side, Hydra speed just now finishing. And of course, that means phase 2. This rush is about to commence.
Yeah, it's very odd though to see like a 2 hatchery Hydra play. Like almost always you'll get a 3rd hatchery somewhere, but I mean Essen's stuck with only 2. Well, he lost an Overlord, sorry, so he's only got 2. 3rd one finally coming up, so he was supply blocked for a very long time there after losing the 2 early game. And I mean the Corsair does get away from the Hydralisk. It is going to scout around, see that LML is almost perfectly safe. And I mean, LML is kind of building these cannons just to be safe, but he definitely could have just put the Nexus down.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
I mean, I like that he's playing safe, right? It makes a lot of sense. It's what you're supposed to do. So, I guess good on him for trying.
Yeah, LML was just dancing his probe around. A probe was having a rave right there.
I mean, okay, style points, Kicks. You got to make it look good. It's not just enough to win. You got to make it look good when you win.
Yeah, you do. It's all style points. I mean, that's what that that's what the heart in the middle of the map that Bisu did was. Like, he didn't need to do that whatsoever, but it just makes it look better. But we do have a lair finally coming in. There's still no 3rd hatchery though here from Essen, so this is still not your kind of typical ZVP. I mean, we're at 6 minutes, so we're almost past the 6-minute curse, but the Nexus isn't even done for LML. He is going into Storm behind this, so it's not going to be Corsair Reaver. I almost feel like Corsair Reaver would be really good on this map, just for how close you are, but he's going to get another full scout in. Oh no, this DT could kill all the Hydras.
Oh no, I'm watching. It does swipe, so at least he knows it's there. And yeah, the Hydra just have to run. But damn, 1 DT, the power. Pushing the entire Zerg army all the way back. But you know, this is going to be a 3-base Zerg. It's not going to be the 3-base Zerg the way you think about it, because this 3rd base is, I mean, usually you would want to maybe hide that, try to put it down the ramp at the bottom left or something, but he is expanding towards his opponent. So this is what was cool. He was asking how to play Blitz X, and maybe I was talking with Hawk about this, or somebody, I forget. He's like, what do I do? What do I do? And he was just like, look, just 4-pool it. That's what Hawk said. And I don't blame him. I think the 4-pool would have been a beautiful strategy, but No. He did go for a little bit more of an aggressive pool, though, so I will say that was actually a really good way to open.
Yeah, especially when you know your opponent's going to be going for one base for quite a while. It is kind of weird that it wasn't one base Reaver, but I guess he feels more comfortable going for that Templar play. Obviously, when you go for Reavers, if your shuttle dies, that's game over. So a little bit of a less risky play. The cannons, though, coming up at the anti-timing here for these Hydralisks, at least from Essen's point of view. LML is going to have a pretty good job defending this, I feel, but there's no big buildings at the front of the wall, so he's going to lose a few probes here.
You lose a lot of probes. The probe losses are actually almost even worse. The storm just out finishing. He has enough storm. He has enough energy, but he can't use it because he'll storm his own units. Oh man, that was tragic. He wastes the storm there. I mean, hey, it pushes the Hydras back, so you know, the moral victory there. But it is a little bit of a Pyrrhic victory as he loses that DT.
Yeah, it's very, very awkward here for LML. He's trying to hold on. Essen obviously wants to win this game because if he does, we'll be heading into an ace match. Now, it looks like the Corsair has seen everything that's been built from this main, but he doesn't know, I don't think, about the third base yet. So maybe this third base in the middle of the map isn't necessarily the worst decision because he can defend it very, very easily with this small gap in the middle, and he can use it as a staging ground for these lurkers. And here we go, the first two lurkers heading in. Is he going to run past the cannons into the main? Oh, a nice block!
Oh my god! No way! If he doesn't burrow this, oh, the storm's going to kill it. Damn.
Nice.
Wow. Wow, that was the manly lurker. That's the in control lurker right there. That was 1000% in control strat. He would build lurkers when you wouldn't expect them and run them up the ramp.
Yeah, and I mean, it nearly worked. I mean, if you think the observers are going to be miles away, so luckily enough, he managed to hit it with that Zealot, because I think it takes 2 Zealot hits and a Storm to kill a lurker, so...
It's 1 Zealot hit.
Oh, 1 Zealot hit, sorry. Like, his observatory is nowhere near done. Like, it doesn't even have a robo yet, so that would have been really difficult to deal with if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, that would actually, we were maybe going to witness the end of this game then. But the game's actually going to go on. It's not that bad for LML. He's got a pretty decent probe count. He's up like 20, like, I don't know, 15 probes on his opponent. So that's pretty good. It's almost exactly 10 probes. So I don't know why my math was so off there.
It's okay.
But anyway, he's actually doing not badly. He's got a bunch of High Templars. He's got 5 High Templar, and almost all of them have Storms. So he's actually in a really good spot. He's adding on an 6th gateway, I guess this should be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess he might have had one in the wall. But anyway, he's adding on 5 gates, or he has a total of 5 gates, or he will when this next one finishes. And he's about ready to get +1. Actually, no, it's about halfway done, as well as Cardarian Amulet.
Yeah. I mean, the Cardarian Amulet is going to be a massive thing here, because with the number of High Templar he has, like, Essen is not going to be breaking him anytime soon. But the trouble is, I mean, LML has now just seen the third base. He knows how many drones are there as well. This is going to be quite bad for poor LML here, because he has to make something happen eventually. And when you've got lurkers on the high ground outside of your base, it's going to be very difficult to make something happen.
Well, he's doing a really cool way to react. That's going mass DT. I think that's actually really, really cool, because it circumvents the entire contain. And even though there's a ring of Overlords, he can actually push most of the Overlords back with just Dragoons. He just doesn't have any Dragoons. So, you know, that might be one thing he's messing up on.
Yeah, the trouble is, like, he's spending all of his gas on High Templar and Dark Templar. Now, normally that wouldn't be a good thing, but if you can actually control them, that can be really strong. Now, we're going to see Overlord speed is finally done. Drop would be really good here from Essen, because LML, like, he has all of his units at the front of his base. And oh my god, it looks like, yeah, it looks like LML is going to go for a shuttle drop of DTs into the main.
That's really sick. I like that a lot. He's also getting like a single Archon. I'm not sure why, because also I think it might be stuck.
Oh yeah, that may be stuck there. Maybe not though, but it will be blocking his units from getting out of his base. Now let's see if Essen sees this drop coming. He does. Now does he react? Does he have an Overlord in his main? No, he doesn't. Oh my god, this could be massive. If this Overlord, or if he just drops like 3 DTs in this base, this could be devastating. But it looks like he has reacted. But let's see if he can do any damage.
I'm not sure why he wouldn't combo that with like the Corsair, but I guess the Corsair had 1 HP. He's actually not going to go directly in with the DTs. He's going to hide one of them. But then he's also like going to lose the 2 other DTs and maybe expose the one that he hit.
Maybe. I mean, this is going pretty well. He's training really well with this CT. And if this, yeah, the other DT is going to go in the main. The Overlord is completely flown away.
No way.
That
What
was
a
sick.
monster. He's not seeing it. He doesn't notice all the... Oh my god! The sickest strats. He's going to get the gas drones too because he didn't pull them.
Like, if you think about it, you've just killed 2 DTs in your base. Who thinks there's going to be another one there?
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
is.
God,
Like,
that was
who's
sick.
the number?
12 kills, 13 kills. I know like about 10 of those are drones as well. Like this DT is just, oh my god, that's such a sick play.
That is the biggest brain. That is alpha brain right there. What did I just watch? That's so sick. LML. What a god.
Now the interesting question will be, can he actually break out of this contain? There's 2 observers here. There's not actually that many lurkers, and all of the Hydras have been pulled back to try and defend. I think he's going to break through.
Yeah.
The storms are amazing as well.
Oh, Scourge coming through. Does he Scourge the Overseer or the
Keeps
the
them
Observers?
alive.
No.
LML's army engagements here have been really, really good. And look at this. He's going to be able to break out this like mini contain he's got on the high ground here. That doesn't matter. LML isn't going to go that way. And there's so many cannons back at home that he can't use it to counter. And I don't think the Lurkers, the Lurkers can't get through the middle because they're too big. The Hydras can, but the Lurkers can't.
Oh yeah, damn! I didn't realize that. He actually can't get those Lurkers back. What? That's crazy.
He's not mined this out, so there's absolutely no way he's bringing those back, and they're trapped. And he needs those Lurkers to stay alive, LML. I mean, Essen is trying to add on a ton of creep colonies now, but this is such a massive army.
What am I watching? Is this map the weirdest? Kix, what are you doing here? He's trying to throw down mass Sunkens, but those are not going to be done in time.
Yeah, looks like Essen's going to try and go down to the bottom right and block a base, but I think he's going to lose his natural here. There's just so many storms, so many Dragoons as well. Damn.
What am I watching here? Oh my god.
You're watching a
What
Zerg
a
player
huge
die,
move by
Rapid.
LML. He had such a sick bust out, but he still can't. Like, the Lurkers, only now one's going to try to come forward, and sure, it might pick off a High Templar here, but he actually even storms a bunch of eggs there, too.
Yeah,
The
it
Zerg,
evaporated.
like,
Yeah, they evaporated as they spawned.
I've never seen that before. The model just didn't finish.
Yeah, they just become air. That was it. That's what
That's
happens
actually
to Zerglings.
sublimation, when they go directly from the gas or the solid stage to the gas stage without passing to the liquid stage. But anyway, I'm just saying, Kix.
Okay, it's either that or it's the bit in Stargate where Daniel becomes like a higher being. They became like beings of energy now. They've joined
Yeah,
the color.
yeah.
Okay, it looks
They
like
went to the great hatchery in the sky.
Yep, I mean, he's going to break into the main here. There's absolutely no mining going on anymore for Essen. Oh, sorry, there's the third base in the middle, but that doesn't really matter. He can't clean up this army. The Hydralisk End's going to go down. The Lurkers, he's reset up the contain, but he's still not mining out the middle, so he still can't get his units back to defend. And if he loses main, he's going to lose absolutely everything he's been trying to build up to. And he's even going to lose his Queen's Nest as well.
Yeah, keep in mind this is match point. If LML wins this for Red, then they will take the series 3-1, and it certainly looks like that is inevitable. Because what a sick bust out, that DT killing it, and now I think Essen's just saying, look, I just got to go for it. He's gonna try. I don't know if that's how you win this game, Essen.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. He had the worst lurker unburrow timing there because he unburrowed as LML tried to get up. A lot of the lurkers running out. They're going to die to the cannons. GG. Essen taps out. And LML takes game number 4.
Yeah, so congratulations to Red. They take the series 3-1 over NiCe. And I think maybe you would have expected Red to maybe have a solid lineup, but you never know who's going to come out for their lineup. Honestly, they started out with Ariador, who just, such a good game. And I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't see Hawk. I think Hawk definitely could have taken a win and helped them advance. But in the end, you got to give it to Red for playing super well, especially LML. That was a rough spot to be in, all contained and stuff like that. Late natural expansion made it happen. What a god. Congratulations. Yeah, Red move on. Or they at least get the win. Yeah.
Yep, they get the win. Obviously, that's going to be a massive thing for them as they do head up the table. Obviously, that's going to push NiCe down. They were both tied up before, so we're starting to see a little bit of variation here. Obviously, 3-1 victory over NiCe. And we'll be back after this short break here with our second series. It's going to be DM versus Valhalla team. See you guys there.